Welcome in, everyone, to Francis Howell High School, home of your Francis Howell Vikings. Alongside me today is Michael Harvey. Today, we should have a good one. It's going to be the Westminster Academy going up against the Francis Howell Vikings. Westminster coming in at 4-3 on the year. The last time out, they beat Blue Springs South 9-8. Time before that, they beat Summit 7-5, who the Vikings lost to on this field almost 2 weeks ago. But different story today. Michael, I'll bring you back in. We have the ace going for us tonight, and Carson Subert. We've seen him a couple times. Tell the fans out there a little bit about Subert.
I would say that he's done a more than effective job displaying his stuff that he has throughout his last few games that he's played in. I mean, he's been lights out with his location and tracking of the ball, and he throws gas too. So this Westminster Christian Academy is going to have to bring their bats today if they want to get to him because, like I said, he hasn't missed a beat all year.
Absolutely. This is the danmain.com. Call your Dan Main Mortgage Show. The pregame show today, the Flat Branch Mortgage Home Loan Company. We got to thank them for their sponsorship for this spring. Call Dan Man for all your home needs. Going through your lineup today, starting off for the Vikings, it's going to be in center field, Sam Maddox. Pitching on the bump, it's going to be Carson Subert, followed by McCutcheon. He's at short. Matt James at first. Will Doherty back in the lineup at second. Jackson Hetzel, he is at right field. Mario Colombo back behind the plate. Caleb Miller playing third. Interesting tactic there. We haven't seen Miller at third yet this year. And then finishing out the lineup is freshman Titus Sissel. On the other side, it's going to be Parker Smith. He's playing center field. Adam Ebeling, he's playing shortstop. Ebeling is actually a Tulane commit for this Westminster team. Landon Johnson, he's playing first. Jeremy Sheffield, he's playing second. Will Mueller, he is playing right field. Alex Whitnauer, he is playing third base. Ethan Groke, he is DH. And then Grant Sawyer is in left field. And then on the bump for Westminster is Henry McCracken. And then just thinking about Miller back at third base and Doherty over at second, what do you think is maybe in Coach P's mind there, Michael?
I like seeing the mix-up, just kind of feeling it out, I mean, the team hasn't missed a beat all year, so I don't think it's any defensive concerns. I think it's just kind of feeling this team out and seeing what this team's capable of because, up and down that lineup, you got a lot of players that are well-rounded and can just do just about anything. I mean, like we always talk about the fundamentals with this team, and they have them down to a T. So, I think Coach Perkins is just feeling out his roster and kind of seeing who's able to do what.
Absolutely. Today, once again, for the Vikings, it's going to be Carson Subert going head-to-head with Henry McCracken of Westminster. It's going to be Westminster and Howell next here on the Howell Activities Network. That was your Flat Branch Home Loans, danmain.com mortgage pregame show. Go to danman.com for all your home needs. We'll bring it right back here at the H for your first pitch and national
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Back here at the H, everyone. Michael Harvey alongside me. I am Will Crawford. We're about ready for first pitch here. Running through your lineup one more time for the Vikings. It's going to be Sam Maddox leading off. He's playing center. Super batting second. He is on the bump for the Vikings. Jake McCutcheon at short. He is batting third. Matt James, who had a heck of a day against Dismet, on the bump and behind the plate. He'll be batting fourth. Will Doherty with the home run against Dismet. He'll be batting fifth, playing second. Hetzel in right. Mario Colombo, he is behind the plate. Caleb Miller at third, and Titus Sissel at left field. Mentioning Matt James, he had 2 singles for 2 RBIs in that matchup against Dismet on Wednesday afternoon. Westminster, once again, their last time out, they played Blue Springs South. They won that one by a high score of 9-8. Not a score you really look towards when you're playing baseball, but nonetheless, they do allow a lot of runs, but they score them too, which the Vikings have to watch out for today.
Definitely. I mean, we mentioned earlier in the pregame show that they do have a win against Summit, which gave Howell Vikings their first and only loss of the season so far this year. So, it's baseball, so a team on any given day can beat a team. That's why you play the sport. So I'm excited to see what this game beholds.
So batting first for Westminster will be Parker Smith. He's playing center field today for Westminster. So we're about ready here at the H. This is the championship bracket of the Midwest Classic Tournament. Super gets to play a ball sign, and we're about ready here at the H. First pitch, that's going to hit way foul on the right side for the first strike. Super has had 2 matchable performances on the mound this year. Some stats for you on that in just a second. That'll be taken for a strike. A good pitch there at the knees on Smith. Carson Suber at the 0-2 pitch. He will strike out Parker Smith for the first out of the inning. So it seems like, Michael, that Suber is not far off where he left off.
No, I mean, only allowing 1 earned run so far this season. I mean, he's been lights out, like you said. He's displayed some spectacular performances throughout the year, so hasn't missed a beat so far with that 3 strikes. You're out, 1 out.
And there's that first pitch now, this time to Adam Ebling. He is the commit to Tulane. he takes the swinging strike there. Subert deals the 0-1. That'll be in the dirt, taken for a ball. Good job by Colombo. Make sure it stays in front of him. So the count goes to 1-1. Subert deals the 1-1. That's going to be swung hard and missed by Eblin. So Subert trying to get him out here on the 1-2. He'll strike him out with a beautiful pitch on the corner, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, not missing on his location at all so far today. I mean, those 3 strikes right there are exactly where you want them. You know, Colombo was lining up right for him, and he had no problem hitting it. So definitely out to a good start here.
So Subert now to deliver the first pitch to 3-hole hitter Ryan Gross, the catcher for Westminster. He'll take the first strike of the at-bat. The 0-1, that's going to be swung on and missed. So Subert, 1 pitch away from striking out the side. The 0-2, that's going to be hit high, far out of play, foul. So Gross will stay alive. Sitting on deck is Landon Johnson. He's playing first today. Subert to deliver the 0-2. The curveball, swing and a miss from Gross. Subert strikes out the side, and Howell will take over from there. Westminster goes 1-2-3. We'll bring it right back here on Howell X. Back here at the H, it's going to be Sam Maddox, the senior, leading off today. Maddox, he had himself a day. He walked and tripled last time out against Desmet. Max looks at the first pitch. That's going to be high for a ball.
Tell you one thing, Sam, he definitely is not afraid to, take a couple pitches here and there. I mean, you can see almost every at bat he has is well over 6 pitches just because his eye is so strong. He's very disciplined at the plate, and if he doesn't like it, he's not afraid to hunker down.
Yeah, Sam has struck out 4 times this year, but each time he has, those counts have been full. So it's like no matter what, he's fighting in those counts and making the pitcher throw at least 6 pitches. The 1-1 to Maddox, that'll be taken for a strike. That was a breaking ball that started out about Maddox's shoulder and broke inside for the second strike of the at-bat.
I think even we back here were expecting a hit by pitch there. That thing broke real quick.
And that's the 1-2 taken outside and low for ball. So 2-2 goes the count. It's McCracken on the mound for Westminster. The 2-2, that's going to be a breaking ball, and Maddox does a good job to choke up and fight that one off.
Yeah, he did a good job adjusting there. He saw a similar pitch that got called for a strike, so he knew where that thing was going to end up there. Great job adjusting and reading that pitch.
So McCracken going to have to deal the 2-2 again. The 2-2. Maddox will fight that one off, bounce to third. Maddox has the speed. Can he beat it out? He will not, because he's thrown out from third for the 5-3 put out.
First baseman made an excellent job just getting down low and scooping that ball up there to get the put out.
Yeah, that ball was almost thrown into the bullpen of Howell, or for Westminster.
Yeah, especially Maddox with those wheels he's got going down the first. It's a great defensive play.
So now it's going to be Carson Suber trying to maybe help himself out here. He'll take that breaking ball for a strike. Suber against Dismet. He walked, hit a double, and grounded to second. The 0-1. High and outside for ball. Suber looking to go here. He's going to hit that one off his hands, out of play, foul for the second strike of the at-bat. Makes count 1-2. Suber, the Lindenwood commit, on the bump today as well.
And he's certainly known to give himself a little bit of support with the bat, whenever he's on the mound, it seems like he has a 2-for-3 day, 3-for-4 day every time.
The 1-2. Suber's going to hit that one high in the air towards behind second base, and that'll be caught for the second out of the inning. He'll pop out to short. So I'll bring up Jake McCutcheon. McCutcheon, one of the better hitters on the team, but he did struggle against Dismet. He struck out twice and flew out to right.
With my experience of watching baseball, usually after a slow game, it's followed up by quite a performance. So we'll see what it brings today for him up at the plate.
McCutcheon, despite that, still second in the team in RBIs and one of the best hitters in the GAC South. I'll take that first pitch low and outside for ball. That'll be taken for a ball as well outside. A lot of these pitches for McCracken have been inside on right-handed hitters, so all these are going to be outside, kind of in McCutcheon's wheelhouse. He's going to hit that one in the right field. That one's going down. That's going to fall. McCutcheon's going to be rounding first base, almost slips and falls. That might have hurt him there as he'll be standing up at second. He might have been thinking 3 if he didn't slip up there. But nonetheless, it's a 2-out double for McCutcheon.
I mean, he didn't even have to see where that ball was going. Just from the sound of that bat there, you knew that was a solid hit, and you knew he was looking too. I mean, that crack of the bat sounded beautiful there.
So that's going to bring up the RBI leader for the team, Matt James. I mentioned earlier, James had he scored 2 runs and had an RBI single as well. So that'll bring up James, and now there's some conversation going on between the head coach, head manager of Westminster, and the head umpire. Looks like we're all good to go.
James, quite the cleanup batter to have. I mean, anytime you hit your cleanup man's batting 663, you know he's driving in some support for your pitcher no matter what.
James trying to continue his success as Wednesday. That's going to be in the dirt, taking 4 ball. Good block that time from the catcher. It's going to be Ryan Gross with the block behind the plate, avoiding the wild pitch. Could have easily sent McCutcheon over the third. Kraken deals. That's going to be taken low for a ball as well. 2-0 goes the count, and we'll have a mound visit. Beautiful day for a game, if you ask me, Michael. It's about 60 degrees, wind blowing out of looks to be the west. You know, can't beat it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, that DeSmet game, although it was just as much as it lived up to, during those last couple innings, it started getting a little cold, man. You know, that's what you get with March baseball. But today it hasn't missed a beat with the weather so far.
So the 2-0 count on James McCracken. He's going to reset. He'll throw a strike there, but that's going to be in the right field. Underneath is Westminster, and they'll take that for the third out of the inning. The Vikings leave one on, but they do hit up McCracken a little bit, and they'll take over Super back out there for the top half of the second. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on Howell.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Back here at the H. Vikings trying to keep it that way. Subert back there on the mound. He struck the side out last time out.
Yeah, so showed some confidence there in that first inning. I mean, was not missing his locations by any means.
Subert to deliver to Landon Johnson, the first baseman. Johnson takes that first pitch for a strike. The 0-1 from Subert. That's going to be in the dirt, 4 ball. That's in the dirt as well. Winner of this game moves on to an early start tomorrow. Haven't seen this very often, but an 8:30 a.m. start for the Vikings if they win today. That'll be tomorrow morning if they win that one. They play the championship at 4 p.m. That's going to be hit in the right field. Hetzel having to move over. It's at the fence. Hetzel slides in the foul territory. And there's no direction to see if he caught it or not. And they're going to say he didn't. So the count goes to 2-2.
Might have been able to sell that one a little bit better than that. I don't think anybody had necessarily a good view on that play there.
Yeah, it seemed like the first base umpire that was supposed to kind of keep an eye on it was already thinking it was fair. That's going to hit high in the air. Maddox's going to have to move over. He goes opposite field for a base hit. That's Johnson with a leadoff single.
I mean, Johnson was seeing the ball well that whole at bat there. I mean, that foul ball that we just saw right before that. That was well hit and got himself a solid single there.
That pitch seemed like it was coming in for the third ball. Definitely of the at-bat seemed a little high. So that's going to bring up Jeremy Sheffield, the second baseman. He's going to show bunt, brings it back. It's going to be taken for a strike. Be interesting to see Miller, who hasn't played much third yet this year, how he does with the bunt here. Sheffield not showing bunt that time. He takes a ball inside. Count is 1-1. Subert checks on the runner, Johnson. He deals. Askamy swung and missed for a strike. 1-2 goes the count. Jeremy Sheffield playing second today. Kind of has the old school pants, kind of the high waters. Showing some socks there, and that's going to be taken for a strike. And Subert sits him down for his 4th K of the afternoon. This one looking. So that's first out of the inning. Johnson still on first after that leadoff single. It's going to bring up Will Mueller, the right fielder. Batting 6th. That's going to be a strike on that outside corner.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they say one of the biggest difference between effective pitchers is if you can locate those corners, man, you got yourself an outing if you can find those all day.
Super delivers to over 0-1. That's going to be hit high in the air. Sissel moving under it, kind of dealing with the wind. He'll catch it for the second out of the inning. That was a kind of deep there in the left center, but Sissel, no problem, gets over and makes a play.
Yeah, that's another thing, you know. 3 is about an hour early than what we're kind of used to as far as our schedule goes. And that sun, you know, it makes a difference. You can see that it was glaring, and Sissel had no problem dealing with it there.
So that's going to bring up now Alex Whitnor. He's playing third today, batting 7th. Super checks on the runner. He deals. That's going to be swung on and missed for a strike. So Westminster started the year at 1-3, have won 3 in a row now. Askamy in low and outside for ball. Super delivers to 1. That's going to be hit foul for the second strike of the at-bat.
That one will wake you up there, Will. That was screaming at the off the bat, coming right back.
So 1-2 is the count. 2 outs. Subert has a man on first, trying to get out of it. That breaking ball is going to be hits the dirt, gets behind Colombo. So Johnson will move over on the wild pitch. I'll make the count 2 apiece. Don't see that happen too often. Colombo is one of the better catchers we've seen blocking the plate here at the H.
Definitely. Defensively, keeping the ball in front of him, he does an excellent job for sure, you know. Like I said, he's almost a brick wall. Very few get by him.
So Subert, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. He'll strike him out there here in the top half of the second. That's now 6 or 5 on the day for Subert. That's the end of the top of the second. We'll bring it right back. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell back here at the H, all tied up, bottom of 2. And while we have a second, I want to tell you about the Dan Main broker. Are you thinking about buying a new home or refinancing an existing home loan? Call Dan, your mortgage man. Also, special discounts available for first responders, educators, and faculty. Call or visit danmain.com today and let's get you a new home. Dan Main, NMLS number 502036, Flat Branch Mortgage, INC. That one's going to be hit in the left field over third baseman's head. So Will Doherty, he's going to lead off with a single.
Carrying that momentum from last game after, going the distance, going yard in the last game. Hard hit single down to the left field line there. Not missing a beat.
That's coming up Jackson Hetzel. Hetzel didn't start Wednesday's game against DeSmet. He's here back in the starting lineup here today. Cracking deals. Hetzel, he's going to hit that one towards left field, but it's going to just sneak foul past third base.
Just took the wrong skip at the last second there, man.
And that lip of grass is about 2 or 3 yards in front of third base, and it looks like it just hit that little patch on the edge there and made it roll foul.
Yeah, had it been grass all the way down, that thing would have stayed just the right way, but
Kraken, he's going to deal. Hetzel bunt. Hetzel, a good bunt. The throw gets the first baseman off the bag. Now move Doherty over the first and second now with nobody out.
yeah, I mean, that's one of the effective things about a bunt is, one, it's a great tool to advance a runner. However, there's always an opportunity for defenses to kind of force that throw in there and just make it a little off target, and that's exactly what happened there.
Let's bring up senior Mario Colombo, the catcher. He also back in the starting lineup. Aiden Rogers started against DeSmet. He did have one at bat. He flew out to left. He's going to show bunt here. He'll take that first pitch for a ball. So it's Doherty on second. He reached on the inning starting single, and then Hetzel reached with that error. So Colombo has a chance to drive Doherty in. Colombo shows bunt, though, and he's going to miss it that time. Hetzel, he might be in trouble. He'll get back, though, to first. But Doherty, great job, heads-up base running, will move to third. Great heads-up base running that time from Will Doherty.
The awareness of this team when they're on the bases is, incredible. I mean, they're always looking for that. Wherever that ball goes, they always have their heads up, and like you said, great heads-up base running team.
The 1-1 now to Colombo. He'll hit that one towards short. That'll score at least one, and short is not going to be able to get it to the first baseman, and Colombo has an infield RBI single. I'll also move Hetzel over the second. So that gets the Vikings on the board. It's 1-0. Howell. I'll bring up the sophomore Caleb Miller playing third today.
We always talk about the depth of this roster and the lineups. I mean, when you have your 7, 8, and 9 guys just doing what they do, day in and day out, it's tough for teams to adjust because as soon as they get done, I mean, you see what this part of the lineup's doing right now. They got to start with the top of the lineup right afterwards.
Kraken gets his sign, checks on Hetzel, and Miller's going to try to lay down the bunt, but it'll go foul. Between Miller and Sissel, those two are probably two of the best kids on the whole team, and they're two of the youngest kids at the small ball.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you mentioned it. It's got to be something that's just embedded into this team day in and day out during practices. Because, I mean, you see these guys carrying their bunts and just a small ball aspect all day.
Miller, he's going to float that one in the air, and now be almost double up, but the second baseman can't hold on to the ball. So that'll be the second out of the inning. But Vikings get away with, that'll be the first out of the inning, excuse me, but Vikings get away with one there. It's Still first and second with one out now. It's going to bring up the freshman Titus Sissel. Sissel against Desmet. He struck out and grounded to third. And that's going to be a good bunt by Sissel, and he'll reach easily with the infield bunt single, and that'll be loaded bases now coming for Sam Maddox.
You see the way he just dragged that as he almost just let it going down to that line. I mean, we were just talking about it before. Unfortunate pop-out from Miller before then, but, I mean, Titus Sissel with the young experience that he has made that one look like he was a veteran throwing down the bunt there.
So it's going to bring up a mound visit, the first one of the afternoon for Westminster. They're just maybe talking how to fix those problems, but honestly not sure if you can fix those kind of problems when you have someone like Sissel dragging bunts easily like that.
I mean, like you know, we always mention just the fundamentals. If you got a team perfectly executing them, it's hard to stop no matter what team you face, because it's hard. The room for error is very, very small. I mean, it's like I said, it's very impressive as to how this Vikings team plays baseball.
So now it's going to be bases loaded, top of the lineup for Maddox. His last time he grounded out to third. So bases loaded now for the senior, committed to Western Illinois. He's going to see that first pitch. It gets behind the catcher. There goes Hetzel. Play at the plate. There is none, as Hetzel scores in standing up. All the rest of the runners, they'll move over as well.
Yeah, you'll have to have the perfect balance if you want to beat a team on a pass ball in a game like this. I mean, their heads are always up and they're always moving as soon as they see one mistake in the game.
So 1-0 is the count. Still only one out here in the bottom half of the second. Now it'll be high for a ball. The count now to Sam Maddox. Trying to keep it rolling. He's going to hit that one in towards left, but it's going to be foul. So that'll be the first strike of the at-bat.
Did a great job getting around on that ball, just a tad late on the pitch. As you saw, kind of rode that left field or that third base line.
Maddox calls time, gets a sign from Coach Perkins. So, second and third, one out, 2-1 to Maddox. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Catcher almost loses that one as well. Able to collect it. Pitch running for Colombo, should mention, was Alex Pipes. We'll probably see tomorrow morning or afternoon if Vikings get there. 2-1. I'll be taken for a strike. Makes the count 2-2. Can McCracken get the leadoff hitter for Vikings? Kraken deals. That's going to be well outside for a ball. That'll walk Maddox. So bases are going to be loaded now. Anderson Subert, who you mentioned in his first at-bat, he's one of the best pitchers that help himself.
Definitely. I mean, you don't need a DH when you have a guy like Subert with the bat up at the plate. You know, I mean, I guess he can do the work on the mound for himself, and then even help himself with the bat as well.
So bases loaded, one out, bottom two. Vikings already have two in the inning. Kraken gets the sign, deals. Subert going to hit that one towards the left field line, and that'll be called foul.
Just missed it there. I mean, you almost saw it dropped right there, but unfortunately might have hit the other side of the white line there.
Yeah, that would have at least driven in two with Sissel's speed on second. So the 0-1 now. It's coming to Subert. Subert shows bunt. He's going to get it down. Pipes will score easily. McCracken flips to first. He can't handle it. Here comes Sissel. Sissel will score. Westminster still doesn't have the ball. Here comes Maddox now. Play at the plate. Maddox will be. They're going to call runner interference on Subert. And now they're going to call runner interference now on Subert. Not sure, trying to hear what his explanation is. So we'll see if Max has to go back. Trying to hear what's being said here. So Max will go back to third. Subert's going to be considered out. And Pipes and Sissel will be in there safely. Oh no, Pipes will have to go back to third. So no, it's going to be Sissel now going back to third. So Pipes, the pitch runner for Colombo, he will score, it looks like. Makes it 3-0. Subert will be considered out.
Great job play-by-play on that, on analyzing what was going on. I was having fun sitting back and just kind of seeing how this was going to pan out here, and it looks like we're still going to get a word maybe. All right, I think that's it. You know, I was trying to piece together what was going to happen there, but.
Not too sure. My eyes were on the runners to seeing if Maddox was going to be able to get all the way around, so I didn't see what was going on with Subert, but something that first base had to happen with Subert where he's called out. So it's 4-0 is back to 3-0 with Sissel back to third and Maddox at second. So Subert, he'll be credited with the RBI single, but then considered out by runner interference. What a weird game this is. Batted foul toward McCutcheon, makes the count 1-1.
Like I said, Will, you did a great job keeping us updated as to what all was going down, because there's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it looked like there was a tie-up maybe between first base and Subert after that ball got past the first baseman, but not sure if that time really even matters. McCutcheon, he'll hit that one towards the right field line, but it'll go foul, so the count goes to 1-2. None of that will all really matter other than Subert would not be a run considered scored. Vikings would be up 4-0 right now. I think Max would be in the dugout, probably the second out of the inning, but Subert would be on second for McCutcheon. McCutcheon's going to hit that one into the gap. 1 run will score. Here comes Maddox. He will score easily as well. The Vikings now lead 5-0. So we know, we've always said it in basketball when we were broadcasting basketball, ball does not lie. Still does not lie in baseball either.
Yeah, it can apply to a lot of things, and, you know, whenever at one point we thought Maddox was getting thrown out at home, he walks away clearly on that single there. So I guess we can thank the umpire. I'm still not sure how we walk out away with that one.
I'm sure Subert doesn't want to thank him really, but McCutcheon gets on first with that RBI, 2 RBI single. I'll bring up Matt James. His last time up, he flew out to right. I'll be taken for a strike. On deck is Will Doherty. He started this inning off with a single. So Vikings almost batted around, see if Matt James can keep it rolling. And there goes the runner, and that's going to be hit in the center field, towards the center fielder. It'll drop, so the hit and run works perfectively. And it'll be first and third, and McCutcheon, he's going to try to go back to third, and he's going to be caught in the rundown, and he'll be considered out at the plate. So not sure what happened there with McCutcheon when he fell down and was considered out on that, but nonetheless, Vikings do score 5 here in the bottom half of the second. We'll bring it right back. It's 5-0 Vikings here on the Howell Activities Network. back here at the H. It's still Subert there on the mound for the Vikings. Last time out, he allowed a leadoff single, but then made the Westminster go 1-2-3, and that's going to bring up Ethan Groke, the DH for Westminster. Top 3, 5-0 in favor of the Vikings. That's going to be hit towards second, towards Doherty. Doherty handles it cleanly. Over to first to James Cleanly for the 4-3 put out and the first out of the inning.
We see Doherty getting his first action at the new assignment down at second base. So looks like his glove's still there and it still works all right.
Yeah, we saw a match, not sure if you remember, Michael, earlier in the year, Doherty had a great job or a great play diving for the ball when he was running towards right field, but since then we haven't really seen him. Now, here's the pitch to the ninth hole hitter, Grant Sawyer, who's playing left today. That's going to be taken for a strike.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were talking about earlier, and the switch from from third to second, you know. One thing about Will is he's got excellent reaction time. I mean, we've seen him with screamers down at third without hesitation, stick his glove out there and grab it, and he doesn't see that action too much at second base, so maybe they just want Miller to get a little bit more action at third, see how his glove works.
The 0-2 now to Sawyer. That's going to be hit towards the right field line, foul. Yeah, no matter where Doherty plays on the field, it seems like he, you know, he just belongs in the infield. No matter if it's second, third, we haven't seen him at first or short, but the corner and at second, he really shows good showcases there. Just maybe need to see him on the bump later on this year, you know. One of those pitchers that we need to see in the big, when we have a big lead.
Mark them all off.
Count goes to 1-2 on Sawyer after the breaking ball missed from Subert. That's going to be hit out of play, foul. James runs out of room. So it's 1-2 count still to Grant Sawyer. So the 1-2 from Subert. That'll be taken for a ball just inside. Sawyer was acting like he was about to get hit with the cutter, but didn't even come close to him, and maybe sold the pitch there for the ump. 5-0 though still here in the top of the third. Vikings got all 5 in the bottom of the second. Subert delivered the 2-2, and that'll be fouled as well by Sawyer. So good at bat here from Grant Sawyer.
Sawyer doing an excellent job working the count and getting Subert's pitch count up. I mean, he's staying alive with some foul balls and having a great eye up at the plate.
On deck is the leadoff hitter, Smith. The 2-2. That'll be hit in the right field towards Hetzel. Doherty coming in on it, but Hetzel has the better reel. He'll grab it for the second out of the inning. So even though he flies out to right there, he makes Subert work a little harder than he needed to.
Lead off!
That's going to bring up Parker Smith. His last time up, he struck out swinging. Subert throws that first pitch to the leadoff hitter for a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. That will be taken for a ball. Subert does have 5 strikeouts thus far. The 1-1, that'll be taken for a strike.
And 3 of them looking too. I mean, making batteries, turn them into statues up there. I mean, he's really finding those corners, and like I said, his control's there today.
Candy in the third here. That's going to be hit foul out of play, so he'll try again on Parker Smith. 1-2 from Suber. That'll be hit hard towards McCutcheon. McCutcheon grabs it cleanly, throws it over to James even more cleanly for the third out of the inning. Once again, Westminster goes 1-2-3, and we'll bring it back to the Vikings. Leading off will be Will Doherty. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell. Back here at the H, it's going to be Will Doherty leading off here in the bottom half of the third. Vikings got 5 last time. He led off the second as well with a single, so he'll try to do the same here. Kraken still out there for Westminster. First pitch to to Doherty. That's going to be hit towards the third baseman. Third baseman hits it over the short, and that play can't be made. It's going to go off the first baseman's glove, and Will Doherty easily in the second base. So Doherty will be at second with the air. So I'll bring up Jackson Hetzel. He reached on the air as well. That's the third of the game. That error that was just committed. Third of the game for Westminster.
You know, one thing we've seen this Howell Vikings team do every game that they're in almost, any mistakes that you make, they're going to capitalize. I mean, you cannot give these runners free bases because just keep chipping away at that score.
That's going to come in and hit Hetzel, so he'll take one pitch and he'll head on down to first base. So it's going to be first and second, nobody out for Mario Colombo, who reached on the errors, or who reached on a single his last time.
Yeah, I didn't see too much of an effort getting out of the way of that one. Hetzel stood there and took it. He saw that it wasn't coming in too hot, so, you know, he can get some ice for that one.
Not sure about Missouri high school baseball rules, but the dumbest rule that I ever learned in Wyoming baseball is Colombo fakes the bunt and he takes a strike. Is in Wyoming, if you don't try to move out of the way on a pitch that's coming in to hit you, say you just stand there like Hetzel did, that's considered a strike.
Yeah, I've heard that in a lot of leagues too. Like I said, I kind of said it with my voice down, but I didn't see too much effort there.
Colombo shows bunt again.
But I didn't see too much effort there.
Colombo shows bunt again. He's going to bring it back this time. Doherty heads on the third from the throw. He'll be in safe at third. So Doherty easily, what a smart play, makes a catch or throw down to second. He'll move on to third.
I tell you one thing about Doherty is, you know, his play is one thing, but his ability to almost kind of play mind games with opposing teams. I mean, you saw him get under that skin at the Smet team, you know, the last game we were broadcasting, and just kind of little things like that to get the catcher to throw. He knew he was going to third that whole time and sold it perfectly.
Hetzel, he's going to go easily, and he'll move over very quickly with the stolen base. So it's going to be second and third now with no outs here in the bottom half of the third. That pitch was a strike, though, too. Colombo moves the count to 1-2. Doherty and Hetzel scored last time, trying to do it again. Colombo at the point, 1-2, coming from McCracken. That's going to come inside and close. The breaking ball just didn't break enough to beat us for the second ball of the at-bat.
You know, I had to do some double checking, but Hetzel's first stolen base on the year. So, you know, you saw a little celebration from him. He's just glad to get that swipe back and kind of advance a little bit there.
So the 2-2 now to Colombo. Now will be taken outside for a ball. The breaking ball just broke a little too much. That'll load up the count. Definitely don't want bases loaded with the small ball guys coming up here next. 3-2 count to Colombo. McCracken will walk him. That's a fourth ball of the at-bat. Bases are loaded for the Vikings.
Now, I don't consider myself a fortune teller or anything, but with these guys, small ball, you might expect a squeeze play out of this team here in the future. You know, you have Sissel, who already has executed a perfect bunt, and you know, Miller's capability of laying down that bunt we've seen throughout the last few games, actually. So, you know, like I said, I'm no sidekick or anything, Will, but squeeze play could be in the future here.
There is someone warming up now in that Westminster pen, but doesn't seem to be really rushing himself. So either way, it's going to be bases loaded for Caleb Miller. He's going to swing away here. That one's going to be hit the short, over the second, over the first for the double play. It does score Doherty, but the 6-4-3 double play, very clean from Westminster.
Now, I didn't predict that, so that just goes to show you I didn't get my degree in being a psychic.
So that's going to bring up Titus Sissel now with a runner on third. Vikings do catch another one, though, here. Makes it 6-0 here in the bottom half of the third. Sissel showed bunt again. It's going to be outside for a ball. Sissel trying to show bunt again. He's going to bring it back. He's going to get hit on that one, so he'll reach on the walk. Second hit batter of the inning from McCracken. Now bring up Sam Maddox.
Sissel's showing a little bit of not aggression, but a little bit of amped up after getting nicked on that pitch. You know, gotta love seeing it from the young.
6-0 here at the H. Vikings trying to do some more damage. And that's going to be a balk. That'll move Miller over easily, and so will Hetzel. So we'll always take advantage of those free runs. That'll move Sissel over the second. Hetzel in the score. Vikings up 7-0 now here in the bottom half of the third. That's going to be inside on Maddox. 1-0 goes to count. That's going to be outside as well. So 2-0 goes to count to Maddox. Maddox's first AB, he saw 7 pitches. Second AB, he saw 6. So umpire giving a warning to the Vikings bench for yelling balk while the pitcher was pitching. And Perkins says, if you want to talk to someone, talk to me. He just... So it's... Now that's going to be an actual balk this time. He'll move. Sissel move over the third, and still the count 2-0. So Sissel was moved from first to second, second to third, now on 2 balks. You can kind of tell how the Vikings have maybe gotten in McCracken's head. McCracken deals. Max going to hit it to short. Short can't make the play. It's off his glove. That'll bring in Sissel. Maddox will reach on the RBI single. That would have been a clean play from shortstop, just couldn't make it. So I'll make it 8-0 in favor of the Vikings. Now, pitching change seems to be coming for Westminster. That'll be the end of McCracken's day. And not sure about you, Michael. It's not like McCracken pitched bad. He just had some errors behind him, 3 of them to be exact, and then unlucky plays like that last one.
Definitely. I mean, you know, we mentioned it earlier. When you make mistakes against this team, it's going to cost you. I mean, this team is they're relentless with the way their at bats goes. You know, as soon as they see that one little opening, I mean, we've seen it whenever there's 2 outs and there's been an error. Leave a guy on first. Next thing you know, they get 4 runs out of it. Like I said, this team's relentless, and you'll see it throughout the whole game, throughout the whole season.
So it is going to be a pitching change here. It's going to be looks to be number 11 for Westminster. That is going to be Zach Donino. He'll be coming up here. While we have a second, no need to steal home when Dan Main can get you a great interest rate on a new home. Go to Dan Main Brokers for your new home today. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell Activity. Back here at the H, it's 8-0 in favor of the Vikings. They're trying to add more with Maddox on second, who just reached on a single. It's going to bring up Carson Subert for his 3rd time in as many innings. Now the infield, I'm telling the coaches, get inside the fence. So these refs aren't really taking much from them.
Yeah, very low patience with these umpires. They're not about it, and they're not going to let it fly.
So Subert sees the first pitch. He's going to hit that one foul. Westminster got 2 of the outs here in the inning on a 6-4-3 double play that Miller grounded into. Count now to Subert. There goes Maddox. Maddox, he'll be going. He'll have to get down. He'll be in easily, though. The throw's just high, so Maddox steals another base on the year.
Yeah, I believe he is leading the team in stolen bases this year, actually. Yeah, that'll tally his 8th stolen base on the year, leading the team.
Yeah, Maddox easily swipes second anytime there's no one on it, and he's on first. So 0-1 is the count, 2 outs. Vikings have gotten 3 more here in the inning. Subert sees the pitch. He's going to hit that one in the right center, right field, kind of playing perfectly on a shift, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Vikings get 3 more, and they'll be back here in the field right after this quick break. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell Activities Network.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Back here at the H, have to thank People's Savings Bank, the people you know and trust, for their year-long commitment as well to sponsoring the Howell Activities Network. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do, Michael and I, and Athletic Director Sean Irwin as well. It's going to be Adam Ebeling now to lead off here in the fourth. Ebeling 0-2, quick count, 2 in. Seward is still moving along. Ebeling, like I said earlier, the Tulane commit. Definitely a great talent for Westminster. Seward delivers the 0-2, and that will be fouled. The 0-2 again, that'll be outside 4 ball.
Just missed that outside corner there.
1-2 from Seward. Now makes count 2-2. 2-2. Breaking ball hit well by Ebeling. That's at the fence, at the wall. That is gone from Adam Ebeling. So that shows why he is a D1 commit on this Westminster team, as he hits that ball clean over the left field fence, and I'll get Westminster on the board. Still down though, 1-8. That's Sewart's only second earned run on the year.
Perfectly on that ball, you know. It was one of those where it was kind of left hanging up there. And, you know, we always mention kind of base the wind off that American flag, and it's whipping right towards that way. So he might have gotten a little assistance, but as mentioned before, he got around perfectly on that ball.
That's going to be a first pitch ball now to Ryan Gross, catcher for Westminster. 1-0. Seward goes right back to that fastball before strike. It's not like Seward's throwing, super soft either. You contact with some power from Seward, and it'll go some ways as that one goes out of play foul.
Vikings record, you know, certainly that's the goal. I mean, if you can get two more games, that means you're doing something right. So hopefully we can get to tomorrow morning or tomorrow.
2-2. Now it's going to be taken for a ball, makes the count 3-2. Vikings trying to keep going in the win column. Westminster trying to keep their in the win column, and now Subert starts the Gross 0-2, and now it's all the way back to a walk. Now it's Ryan Gross.
Get your ground ball.
Gross trying to continue the same success he's had.
Definitely, his last at bat we saw him foul a well-driven ball kind of right into that corner that, was almost blinding for a lot of the viewers out here, and followed up with a great base hit there.
So now there's some issues behind the plate for Colombo. The runner will move on to second.
Some heads-up base running, as soon as he saw that he lost it, he took off and got right down to second.
So 1-0 the count now. It's Landon Johnson. He reached on a single. So Westminster trying to crawl baby back into this one. Colombo, he loses that one as well, and the runner will move over to third. So runner on third now with nobody out. Already one across here in the top half of the fourth. That's going to be hit towards first base. Matt James will just catch it cleanly, and the run will score, but the Vikings do get the out there from Johnson. So that'll be considered a sacrifice. Johnson with the RBI makes it 8-2 in favor of the Vikings still. Now one away here in the inning is going to bring up Jeremy Sheffield, the second baseman. Subert delivers the first pitch of the at-bat for strike.
Seeing a pretty similar pitch that struck him out the last time up at bat there, kind of right at the knees or on that inside corner.
That's going to be hit out of play, foul. Second strike of the AB. The 0-2. That'll be hit just high for a ball.
Now you can see how Subert's a little bit more calm than whenever he had those base runners. So getting that run across, although on the scoreboard isn't what you want.
So Colombo can't handle that one. It's going to be a strikeout for Subert, but he'll reach on the air from Colombo.
We mentioned earlier how effective Colombo is at keeping the ball in front of him and kind of stopping those pitches. This inning's kind of letting it slip away from him.
So it'll be a strikeout for Subert. His 7th of the game, but it'll be considered an out. And then a call a balk now on Subert.
You might want to get a mound visit here just to kind of collect Subert, as you can kind of see getting away from him a little bit.
Throws a strike there, though, to Will Mueller, and that one was coming in hot. He might be expressing some frustration there. Mueller, he struck out his one time up. That's going to be blocked that time by Colombo for a ball. 1-1 the count. One out here in the bottom half, or top half of the fourth. Westminster already 2 across on the Ebling home run and on the walk from Gross. That one's going to be hit in the air, shallow left field. Is it going to be a play made for McCutcheon? He can't make it. The ball falls. McCutcheon just not able to get it cleanly, and it'll be first and second now with one out.
I always mention how much that wind kind of plays a factor, and you can kind of see once that ball is just kind of left hanging up there, it can kind of move on you in every which direction, and McCutcheon just kind of got a difficult read onto that ball.
So that's coming up. Alex Whitnor, he also struck out his last time up. First and second, one out. Vikings still up by 6 runs here in the top half of the fourth. Gets past Colombo again, and it's going to be the 4th or 5th pass ball this inning from Colombo, and I'll move the runners up 90 feet. 1-0 goes the count. The 1-0. That's going to be hit foul. One the count, one out. Runners on second and third. So we're now going from the windup. He deals. That's going to be taken for a ball. Third baseman trying to keep it going. A 2-1. That's going to be inside, makes the count 3-1, so Schubert in trouble almost of loading him up. Howell does have someone in their pen working.
Definitely needs to, take a couple seconds to compose himself here, because like I said, he's kind of let a couple pitches get away from him that usually he has no problem missing.
The 3-1 now will be taken for a ball blocked by Colombo, and there will be at least a mound visit here from Coach P. See what if he decides to take Schubert out or what the deal is here. He will. He'll take the ball from Schubert. So Schubert allows 2 runs after 3 in the third. Not a bad outing, though, from Carson. But there will be his day there. Coming in will be Gus Hetzel, who we have not seen yet this year. Hetzel dealing with an injury from football. He'll be making his initial appearance on the year. We'll take a quick break for this pitching change. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell. Definitely. Like here at the H, it's going to be Gus Hetzel making his first appearance on the year, and Coach P couldn't make it any harder on him as its base is loaded, 1 out. Hetzel delivers the first pitch. He'll be outside for a ball.
Gus is ready to get back out there. He's been waiting a long time. This is a situation that he lives for.
Hetzel delivers the 1-0. That'll be a ball. Colombo able to block it. Makes count 2-0, and you can kind of hear Westminster's bench getting riled up and getting some momentum. And the Vikings, you can shut it all down with something here. 2-0. Hetzel will throw that one in for a strike. Hetzel was, like mentioned, hurt in football. Seemed to be his plant leg that was injured. Doesn't seem to be bothering him here as he's throwing well. 3-1 goes to count though. To count, 1 out. Bases loaded for Westminster. And that's going to be ball 4. That'll walk a man in for Westminster. Makes the game 8-3.
Like you said, you can definitely see the spark getting lit over in the Westminster dugout, you know. A couple of those runs get them going, and you know, then you kind of get running into issues with the pitcher and, you know, other fielders.
I'll bring up Grant Sawyer. I'll bring up now a pitch runner, Alex Ebling for Gronek. Back up is Grant Sawyer. So 3-8 is the score. 1 out here. Top of 4. Howell still well in control of this game despite 3 runs this inning from Westminster.
Definitely, you know, unfortunately this inning's kind of slipped away from him with a couple mistakes, and you know, you got to get yourself out of this jam, which we've seen him do countless times this year so far. You know, we've seen a couple bases loaded situations, ground out into a double play or whatnot, and you know they stay calm and can get out of the jam. Like you said, they're still in control of this game for sure.
Hetzel delivers. That's going to be taken for a strike on Sawyer. Sawyer playing left. He struck out, or he flew out, excuse me, to left. That'll be taken for a strike as well. So 0-2 count. Hetzel maybe settling down here. To count, 1 out. Hetzel with the breaking ball. They'll call a balk, though, on Hetzel. So we have not seen a balk literally all year long. And in this game, we've seen 5.
Yeah, they look for it this time. You know, we've seen a runner's interference at first. We've seen 5 ball calls. Like you said, we went from seeing none to, you know, the saying, when it rains, it pours, to about 5.
8-4 now is the score. And that'll be taken for a ball. Count still 1-2 though on Sawyer. That's going to hit the third. Mailer makes the play. He'll throw home. He'll tag the runner safe at the plate. And so that'll be the 5th run of the inning. He'll make it 8-5. So now Coach Perkins will ask what the play is. So right now, though, it's 1st and 3rd. Still 1 out. Miller maybe should have went to first on that one. Nonetheless, seemed like maybe Colombo.
He's got to get that ball, you know, more on line there. I mean, if you get him on that runner's side, it allows that tag to get down sooner.
And the umpire gives Coach P maybe a warning now. But first and third, 1 out, 5 runs in this inning from Westminster.
Yeah, right now Howell needs to kind of get under control as you know, it's been an unfortunate inning, but you still got a lot of baseball left, and this inning's not going to determine the whole game. So, yeah, kind of get it together here and get out of this jam.
Up the bat is Parker Smith. So it's second and third now. Probably taken for a ball. 2-0 now the count. Hetzel delivers. That'll be taken for a ball as well. Hetzel delivers the 3-0. That'll be taken for a ball. Gets away a little bit from Colombo. Able to get a piece of it, though. That'll bring up Adam Ebeling, who led off this inning with the walk. And they're going to bring in a new pitcher for Hetzel. That was his first outing of the year. And great job from Gus Hetzel, you know. You got to give it up for the kid. Makes his first appearance on the year and probably the toughest spot he'll probably see all year.
Definitely, you know, I mean, he got brought in a circumstance that, you know, is a pitcher's not best friend. But you know, he definitely did well. You know, and it's just great seeing him back more than anything. You know, he went out there, had some good pitches, and you know, just kind of getting back on track. But this year, everybody's kind of missed a couple games here and there, and good to see him taking the mound again.
So it's gonna bring in a new pitcher. It's gonna be Ian DuBois, the senior. Definitely earlier than probably Coach P was thinking. Nonetheless, we'll have another pitching change and another quick timeout. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell Activities Network. Back here at the H, 8-4 or 8-5 is the score. And bases are loaded. It's now Ian DuBois in. He'll throw a strike to Adam Ebeling, who led the inning off with a home run.
Kind of got this whole fire going with this team, you know. I mean, kind of summed up the inning so far.
That one's high in the air, shallow. It's going to be an infield fly rule, and it's going to be caught by Jake McCutcheon. So Ebeling pops out with the bases loaded. Now there are 2 outs in the inning.
And that's a big hill to big hump to get over for this team, you know. Facing a pitcher who already went yard earlier in the inning, and you're in a situation with bases juiced. It's a huge pop out there to get 2 outs.
Now Ryan Gross, he reached on a walk and later scored. 5 runs in the inning for Westminster. We mentioned this in the pregame, actually, that Westminster, they do allow a lot of runs. You know, like last time they won 9-8. Time before that, they won big as well. And no matter what, though, you know, they score a lot of runs as well as when they're giving them up. That one goes foul as well. 1-1 goes to count.
Like you said, you know, they definitely allow a good amount. However, they score them too. You know, you see those scores and they answer right away.
1-1 the count now. Du Bois delivers the slider. It's going to be outside for a ball. 2-1 goes to count. From Du Bois. I'll be in there for a strike as well. Du Bois has that weird sidearm motion that makes it look like it's going to come inside and clears across the plate. 2-2 count now, 2 outs. Loaded 2s from Du Bois. That'll be a time and called by Gross there.
Yeah, with the combination of that, you know, not necessarily submarine, but kind of sidearm action and his control with the ball, that's a dangerous combo.
That's going to be a base hit, or a hit to McCutcheon. He makes the play cleanly, throws it over to Doherty for the 3rd out of the inning. That makes the score 8-5, though, after 3.5. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Vikings baseball here on the Howell. Back here at the H, Vikings still lead 8-5, but they did allow 5 in that top half of the 4th. Trying to get those runs back here. Leading off will be number 10, Jake McCutcheon.
Definitely. I mean, you know, the Vikings, their bats have been explosive this year, so here's a huge inning where you kind of need them.
I'll be taking for a ball inside. Now you hear the Vikings bench kind of out after they heard the Westminster bench. The 1-0 to McCutcheon. That'll be hit right towards Hetzel, foul. Or excuse me, James.
And that one would be a scary ball to be behind. If you're James on deck, that thing came screaming off the bat.
1-1 count right now on McCutcheon. Pitcher deals. That'll be a breaking ball, just didn't break enough. It's going to be the 2nd ball of DAB. Bottom 4. McCutcheon's doubled and hit a single. So 3-1 count now on McCutcheon. McCutcheon's going to foul that one off. He was swinging hard for it. That'll be the second strike of the AB. The count goes full. Stratton on the mound right now for Westminster. 3-2. That's going to be high for a ball. So Stratton walks the first batter of the inning. That's going to be Josh McCutcheon reaching first.
McCutcheon doing a great job working that count, you know. I mean, he got a little behind with a couple foul balls there and had a couple great eyes and was able to get himself a walk out of that.
So that's going to bring up Matt James. His 2 times he's reached on a single and flown out to right. James is going to hit that one high in the right. Playable for the right fielder, though, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Now we'll bring up Will Doherty. And if DeSmet didn't learn on Wednesday, and they probably did a little later when he hit that home run, but something you kind of don't do is make Will Doherty mad because he'll make you pay with his bat.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you saw what the display he had on, against DeSmet, and he's been killing ever since.
That's gonna be hit foul. McCutcheon has to get back on the throw over from Stratton. Vikings trying to build on their lead. Curveball, that's hit high, out of play, foul. Looked like Doherty lost control of his bat there. Go to now from Stratton to Doherty. That'll come in close. Doherty kind of wanted it, but was able to hold it back for the ball.
Yeah, that one was coming a little high and inside, As a batter, those are some that you watch, and they look good coming in.
One, two to Doherty. He'll swing and miss on that one, and McCutcheon will have to get back. Doherty definitely should maybe left that one there, but nonetheless, they'll bring up Jackson Hetzel. 2 outs now here in the bottom half of the 4th. Something about this championship bracket here in the Midwest Classic. 5 of the 8 teams that have moved on into the championship bracket are ranked in the top 10 in the Missouri high school ranking. So can't get much better competition than that.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's one thing about this Howell Vikings team is they don't just put up their record and schedule, to kind of get those fluke wins here and there. They do it to play with the best,
So Hetzel calls time there, gets it granted. 1-0 the count. McCutcheon still on first. Hetzel's going to hit that one high and out of play. 1-1 goes the count.
And he's really, he's doing a great job kind of squeezing in those inside pitches here for the batters and kind of making it a little uncomfortable to swing at, but they can't resist and they're trying to foul him off here.
That'll be a slider broke too much, makes the count 2-1. The count to Hetzel. He'll hit that one hard. That's in the left field. Left fielder having to go back. He'll make the jumping catch for the third out of the inning. That'll be the end of the fourth there. We'll take a quick timeout. It's still Vikings leading, though, 8-5 here at the Howell.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Back here at the Howell Athletic Complex. Still 8-5 in favor of the Vikings. They did allow 5 the last time. Hetzel just missed a home run his last time up. But we'll try to go 1-2-3 here on the other side. It's going to be Landon Johnson hitting for Westminster. I'll be in there for a strike. Makes count 1 apiece.
No, Bob showed some excellent stuff last inning, and he's following it up, you know, with those warm-up pitches. He was looking excellent with his location as well.
As that one goes a little outside. 2-1 the count now on Johnson. Johnson today, he's hit a single and sacrificed. That's going to be hit high in the left field. Sissel moving over on it. He's able to get under it, and that'll be caught for the first out of the inning.
Really had to track that ball down. Like I said, those are ones that you leave hanging, and they can kind of go whichever direction, but Sissel did a great job tracking and getting under that one.
It's now going to be Jeremy Sheffield. He's 2 times up. He's reached on an error, and he struck out looking. That's going to be taken for a strike. Boys deals. That'll be taken for a ball. That one was good pitch from Du Bois. This must have been a little low. Now it's going to be hit hard towards McCutcheon. McCutcheon picks it up, throws it over to James for the second out of the inning. So good start here this inning.
Sheffield doing almost an excellent job at beating out that infield, you know, little routine infield single there, but it made a great play at short there.
Brings up Will Mueller. He's flown out the left and singled and later scored on that single. Boys trying to send him down 1-2-3, throws a ball there. The 1-0 outside for a ball. 2-0. That'll be a ball as well. So boys gets the two guys quickly out and now falls behind here quickly, 3-0. The 3-0. Taken all the way, it's caught there by Colombo for a strike. The 3-1. That's going to be hard. Swing and miss from Mueller. Now load the count up, so the boys fights back. Du Bois is kind of hard to pick up with that sidearm there. He throws that one over. That's going to be swing and a miss for the third out of the inning. Westminster gets sit down 1-2-3. Vikings back in action here right after this. We're going to the bottom of the 5. Vikings up 3. You're listening to Viking Baseball.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Back here at the age, it's going to be Mario Colombo leading off. He singled, later scored, and reached on a walk as well. So Colombo sees the first pitch. He's going to hit that one foul. So count quickly 0-1 on Colombo. The 0-1. Yeah, breaking ball didn't really break enough. He'll be inside for ball.
It's almost breaking a little inside to where that would have been a disadvantage for him there.
1-1. That'll be a late break as well. He just needs to wait on it, it seems like, because he's missed both times and been inside on it. The 2-1. That's going to hit Colombo that time, and the 4th or 5th batter hit this game for Howell.
Yeah, you knew it was coming eventually there. As you know, those first two kind of were creeping inside, and it looks like it was coming all game. But
I'll bring up Caleb Miller once again, pitch running for Colombo. The catcher will be Alex Pipes. Caleb Miller today, he's popped up to the pitcher and hit into a double play. That's going to be hit foul. Oh, 1 count now on the Viking third baseman.
this Colombo's getting a healthy lead, so you know he's looking to go.
Gets his lead. He's going to be thrown back to first. And the first baseman didn't put the tag on. Pipes kind of getting lucky there. He's already been caught stealing once this year.
Yeah, I mean, looked like all the first baseman needed to do was apply the tag, and that throw was there.
1-1 the count. That'll be called for a strike on Miller.
That's exactly the break you want on that one. That one came in pretty.
1-2 count now to Caleb Miller. Pipes gets his lead. And that's going to be hit by Miller in the left field. Left fielder trying to get under it. He will for the first out of the inning. That's going to Titus Sissel.
Definitely a hard hit ball there from Miller. Just couldn't get under it enough on that one.
So brings up Titus Sissel. So Pipes goes first pitch. He'll get the throw down. Throw's going well over this to second, and Pipes is there easily. That was a good hard hit ball that time from Miller. It looked like he might have just missed one. Sissel shows bunt again. He gets it down again towards the pitcher. Clean move over. Brings the foot off the bag. They'll call him out. Good job by the first baseman, able to collect the ball and get his foot back on. But Sissel moves the runner over, and it's going to bring up Sam Maddox with 2 outs and a runner on third.
It looks like it might have gotten off just in time, and looked like he was reaching, but it looked like he struggled getting it back on there.
It's up to Sam Maddox to keep the line moving here. Maddox is going to hit that one hard to third. Third baseman able to collect it cleanly. Throw going well over the first baseman's head. That'll move Maddox all the way to second. He'll slide in there cleanly, safe. And the Vikings get another run. It's 9-5.
Maddox always looking to extend that hit into a double or that double into a triple. Always looking to dig out that next base. And that time it really worked out for him with the fortunate throw over the first baseman's head.
So great job that time by Maddox to dig that one out, and a poor job by the third baseman. That's at least a 4th error you got to think on Westminster. To deliver to Subert, he'll be hit, and then he'll get on quickly with it. So maybe a frustrated Stratton from Westminster, and gets told a word from the umpire, and that'll bring up Jake McCutcheon. So it'll be first and second, 2 outs now for the Vikings, up 9-5.
I'm surprised after the last at bat, Matt James isn't wearing a catcher's gear coming out to the deck on deck there.
Suber was able to stay in the game as the DH, and Du Bois and Hetzel were just considered pitchers. Cutchin gonna foul that one off. So not sure if Coach P was actually ejected out of this one. We haven't seen him on that third base line, or he was just warned and told to stay in the dugout. 0-1 the count now to McCutcheon. He'll hit that one in the right field, right towards the right fielder. He'll make a play. He won't. He stops right in front of it. Coming around to score is Maddox cleanly. Moving over on the throw is McCutcheon. And now get another one for the Vikings. It's 10-5. Not too sure what was happening there with the right fielder, partner.
Yeah, it looked like he held up his run almost. I mean, you would think that if you're going at that ball 100 miles an hour, or 100%, you'd be able to get to that one. But like I said, it looked like he almost held up his run there.
So it's an RBI single from McCutcheon. Moved over on the throw. Subert now at third. So base hit here from the RBI leader for the Vikings, James. He gets 2 more. Pitch to James. That'll be low for a ball.
How about Subert's lead down to third? He's looking to get home for sure on any contact.
Shrine delivers. You can tell James wanted it, but he left it. That'll make the count 2-0. The 2-0. That'll be taken low for a ball. So James seeing his pitches here. Standing on deck is Will Doherty. James today, he's flown out to right twice, and he's reached on an air. That's going to be taken for a strike, though.
Yeah, that was a good pitch, you know, squeezing him in tight there and was able to squeeze that strike zone.
The 3-1 to James. James is going to hit that one high. It's going to stay in fair territory for the first baseman. He'll make the catch and end the inning. Vikings scrap 2 more across here in the bottom half of the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's Vikings 10, Westminster 5. We'll take back here at Francis Howell. Westminster trying to get some more runs across. Vikings trying to hold them to 1-2-3. It's top 6, 5-10. First pitch from Du Bois is going to be called in there for a strike. It's the batter, Wittenauer.
Looks like a catcher switch as well.
That looks to be Aiden Rogers in the catch for the Vikings, the sophomore transfer. That'll make the count even at 1 apiece.
I don't know where that missed. that one looked like a perfect strike.
Du Bois delivers the 1-1. That's going to be hit hard foul. Makes count 1-2.
On in.
And Du Bois to deliver the 1-2. That's going to be hit hard in the left. Sissel coming in. He'll stop on that one as well. He'll be down for a single to lead off the inning. Now Now back after Whitnor is now going to be number 10, Alex Ebling. Or number 14, excuse me, Luke Fuller. Fuller trying to continue the inning. That's going to be called high for a ball. It's going to be hit way foul. It was far, but just foul. Makes it count 1-1.
This Westminster team really likes those inside pitches. I mean, you see a couple of them, and it looks like they're just squeezing them, but they're going right around on them. As that one just got foul. It was really well struck.
That's going to be taken for a strike as well. 1-2 goes the count. Runner on first. No outs here. Top of the 6th. 1-2. That's going to be hit shortly to Doherty. Doherty comes in, makes the play over the first. 1 out. And that'll be the second out of the inning with the runner on second.
Doherty doing an excellent job getting that assisted put out there. You know, although he didn't get that lead runner, he was able to get him at first, which is the first thing that you need to do.
It's going to bring up Grant Sawyer. He'll see that one go past him for a strike. Sawyer on the day. He's gotten a single and flown out to right. The 0-1 from Du Bois. That's going to be a ball. Aiden Rogers doing a good job blocking that one.
Du Bois coming in and really pitching well. I mean, I tell you what, they got in a little jam, and ever since then, he got him out of that inning, which is a huge confidence boost, as you can imagine, and has really been pitching great so far.
Boys, that's hit to McCutcheon. McCutcheon with the backhand play, thrown over to James. That's an out on the play. McCutcheon doing a fantastic job at short. He was deep between second and third and was able to easily throw out the runner there for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, did a great job getting to that ball and, you know, making a great stop there with the glove, and was able to have a rope to first to beat him at first base.
So on the 5-3 putout, now brings up Parker Smith, the leadoff hitter. I'll see that one for a ball. Boys delivers the 1-0. That's going to be high for a ball. Pretty sure the home plate umpire himself even knew he missed that one. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss from Smith makes the count 2-1.
Way behind on that one there.
That's hit in the right field, foul. Makes the count 2-2.
One more in.
Like I mentioned earlier, winner of this game comes back here tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. and the loser to be determined where they play at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be a ball, gets past Rogers. Rogers can't get to it as it goes bouncing around behind the plate, and that run will score.
Yeah, sometimes that backstops your friend as a catcher, and others it takes a bounce like that. I mean, you couldn't have had a worse bounce. Had it popped right up to him, you have a play at the plate.
So 3-2 goes to count, 2 outs. 10-6 here in the top of the 6th. Boys gets the pitch. Delivers the full count. And he walks him. So that'll bring up Adam Ebeling, who homered his last time up. Trying to do the same. In the meantime, since then, though, he's also just popped out with the bases loaded to Caleb Miller. And that's going to get right past Rogers. Rogers can't handle that pitch there. Makes count 1-0. And they're going to decide to walk Adam Ebeling. After that first pitch, they'll make it first and second now. 2 outs, and what do you think about the call there, Michael?
I mean, you know he's got a bat in his hand for sure. I mean, we saw what he could do with it earlier in this game, and even the last flyout, you know, he made hard contact. With the runner on second, that's probably a fairly safe play, you know, especially whenever that lead is, you know, you got a 4-run lead. Once you start chipping away, that thing can disappear real quick.
That'll be a high ball that time to Ryan Gross. Both runners moved over on the double steal. Gross last time was out on the 6-4 putout. Du Bois delivers. That's going to be in there for a strike. And Du Bois trying to get the Vikings out of this one. Delivers the 2-1. That's going to be a ball. Gets behind Rogers, and Rogers can't collect it. That's going to make it 7-10 in favor of the Vikings.
You know, and unfortunately, the tail of this game is those pass balls. I mean, it's probably, 4 runs that we've seen just on pass balls alone, you know. At the end of the day, you got to squeeze them and do whatever you can to keep them in front of you.
That's going to be hit to Miller. Miller makes the play. He throws over the first. That'll end the inning. Great job by Caleb Miller. Holds the hot corner down and throws the runner out at first. Westminster gets 2, makes the score 7-10. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell. Back here at Francis Howell, it's going to be Will Doherty up. His last time up, he struck out. Trying to get back into the positive column. He's going to swing hard and miss that one for a strike.
You know, every time he gets that bat up off his shoulder, he's swinging hard, and we felt that breeze from back here.
0-1 count now on Doherty. That's going to be in there for a strike. Looked like it was close on his hands. Nonetheless, it is a strike. It's Luke Fuller now on the mound for Westminster.
Definitely squeeze that one in there. Like you said, it looked like he almost needed to move his hands or else it was going to hit the knob of the bat there.
And Doherty swings hard and misses, and that's the only downside there for Doherty's. He tried to swing too hard and went right through it for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Jackson Hetzel.
Yeah, not a great at bat for Doherty there.
Doherty, or Hetzel now full out to left. He just missed one out to left. He got underneath it.
You know, I just compare the batting stances between Doherty and Hetzel. Doherty likes to hog that play a little bit. Look at how far Hetzel is.
Now coming close on the plate. That'll be called a ball.
You know, with a lot of batters on this team, they like hogging that plate a little bit. With a pitch like that, that probably would hit them.
Hetzel's going to hit that one hard right towards Westminster's dugout. That'll be the second strike of the AB. 1-2 now on Hetzel. Hetzel's going to hit that one off the knob of the bat, hit the short. Short going to try to make the throw. Good play by the first baseman as Hetzel's out on the 6-3 putout.
Definitely a good play from that third. You know, we've seen a few plays that kind of get away from this Westminster team, and you know, you take away a lot of those. This game is probably going into extras or, you know, being extended. So it's good to see that the defense kind of picking up for sure.
It's going to bring up Aiden Rogers. It's going to be in there for ball, the sophomore transfer. The 1-0. That's also a ball. Got past the catcher that time. 2-0 count now for Rogers. This is his first at-bat of the game. He came in for Mario Colombo, but yesterday, or on Wednesday, he started and popped out twice to the pitcher. 2-0 is in there for a ball. To Rogers. That's going to be in there for a strike. Here, Coach Sissel on the third base coach line. Don't swing unless it's yours, and it wasn't his. The 3-1, that's going to be inside for a ball. That'll get Rogers on first.
Rogers being very disciplined, you know, like you mentioned, Coach Sissel saying, hey, don't swing if it's not yours, and you saw it right there. He was great coaching and greatly, you know, performed from Rogers there.
So it's going to be Jackson Elder now pitch hitting for Caleb Miller. 8 will be re-entering, though. On first base is now Pipes as well. Pitch running for Rogers, the catchers. That's in there for a ball. There goes Rogers. Throw down the second. He's going to be called out as Pipes, and that will end the 6th. We're going to the top of the 7th. The Vikings need 3 outs, and they're done here this afternoon, and they move on to tomorrow morning. We'll have that inning here on the Howell Activities Network.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Ian Du Bois still in there, trying to earn the save here tonight. Has to get him 1, 2, 3. And Westminster has to get 3 runs to tie it for to take the lead. It's going to be Landon Johnson here to lead off the 7th. Boys delivers. That's going to be hit hard to James. Going to call it foul. Thankfully for James, as he couldn't hold on to that one.
It looked like it actually skipped off the bag there, but umpire had a little bit better view, I guess.
So 0-1 is the count to Landon Johnson. Johnson single hit into a sacrifice and flowing out to left. Boys delivers the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball. Boys delivers the 1-1. That's outside for a ball as well. Two 1. That's going to be hit high, out of play, foul towards the left side. Makes the count 2 apiece.
You know, getting later into this game, this is a very effective at bat for Westminster here because, you know, you're kind of getting into that pitch count, in which, you know, kind of getting into the end. Obviously, Howell wants to close this one out with Dubois, but
that's going to be low for ball, loads the count up. Westminster has scored 7. They scored 5 all the way in the 4th inning. That's going to be hit foul. So we'll do it again. The payoff pitch. That's going to be hit hard to Doherty, and it's going to get past him for a leadoff single here in the top of the 7th. Doherty playing closer to second. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Coach Sissel grabbing the ball from Ian Du Bois, and it's going to be a new pitcher for the Vikings. It's going to be number 19, Jack Bryan, trying to now close this one out. Du Bois trying to, Sissel was letting him pitch around, see if he could get out of it. Couldn't, so we'll have a new pitcher. You're listening to Viking Baseball here on the Howell Jack Bryan trying to close it out, has a man on first, nobody out.
You know, shout out to Ian Du Bois for the performance he came in. You know, they brought him into a situation, how bases loaded, he got out of it just fine. And
that's hit hard in the center. Maddox going back. He's able to get under it. That will be the first out of the inning.
You know, he came in and got the job done for sure through 2 great innings. And hopefully Bryant can clean up his work.
It's your ground ball, Jack.
So now it's going to be Will Mueller. Mueller, he's struck out and singled and later scored. Bryan delivers. That's outside and high for a ball. Still on first is Landon Johnson. And that's hard hit towards Miller. That's going to be fair. That's a fair ball over the bag. Sissel in the corner with it. He's having trouble. Sissel gets it in to McCutcheon. McCutcheon's going to hold on to it. It's 8-10.
I mean, that ball looked like it rode the foul line that whole time, Will, and I guess it just squeezed in for fair, and we got ourselves a ball game here.
So Landon Johnson scores from first, and Muir goes all the way to second on the RBI double. That's going to bring up Alex Whitnor. Whitnor, he's reached twice, scored both times. He's also struck it out. Bryan delivers. That's going to be a hard out of play foul. Vikings just need 2 outs. Westminster needs 2 runs. The 0-1. That's hit hard in the center towards Maddox. Maddox gets underneath that one for the second out of the inning. To 7.
Yeah, I was about to say, getting a lot of work done out there this inning here.
Vikings 1 out away. It's going to bring up who was pitching. Number 14, Luke Fuller. Bryan delivers to Fuller. That's hit. The pitch is outside for a ball. The 1-0. Called high for a ball. Sitting on deck is Grant Sawyer. So now the count 3-0 on the 8-hole hitter Luke Fuller. On deck sits Grant Sawyer. Runner on second. Base hit scores him. Fuller sees the 3-0. That's going to be low for a ball. He walks him. 1-2.
Yeah, that's a walk that you got to brush off because, now you got to play at any base here. You got an opportunity to put it away at any base, so not in a terrible position here.
Brings up Grant Sawyer. Bryan delivers. That ball's way high.
Aiden, go talk to him.
1-0 count right now on the 9-hole hitter Sawyer. He's only reached once on a single. Second ball of the out bat. It's going to be a mound visit from Coach Darren Sissel.
Now this is a good opportunity to get all the infield in here, get them all on the same page, and get Bryan's head a little bit more in this because he lost him a little bit there on that last batter, and kind of going down in the count here again. But all it is confidence, and you get your head back into this, and they're looking to pack their bags and going home with the W.
So a high-scoring, close game here for the Vikings. Can they finish it out? 2-0 count, 2 runners on. And it's the 9th hole hitter for Westminster. Jack Bryan trying to close it out. One has scored. It was earned on Ian Du Bois. Runners on right now are Jack Bryan's. 2-0 count. That's going to be a hit, foul, out of play. Count goes to 2-1. So you called it. Maybe just a mound visit is all that they needed, and he throws a strike there to Sawyer.
Come on, Jack.
Find his location, and once you find that, keep on it, and you'll be fine.
2-1 hit hard towards Maddox. Maddox right underneath of it, and that is ball game here at the H. Vikings pull off the victory despite allowing 8 runs, and they were up 5-0 at one time. They were outscored 8-3, and what a job from the Vikings. What a job from Jack Bryan to close it out there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, how about Maddox 3 for 3 on putouts there in that last inning, you know. But you know, an overall excellent performance from those Howell at bats. You know, a couple innings had that score kind of slip away, but they were very effective. You know, they stayed into the game, and they didn't let it get too out of hand. So excellent performance from the Howell Vikings, and they're looking to play at 8:30 tomorrow, and potentially 2 more or another game after that. So excellent performance, and hopefully they can carry it on till tomorrow.
Yeah, they played, like you said, tomorrow at 8:30 for to be announced. That one should be here at the H. We'll take a quick break from that one. We'll have the 4 o'clock game for you if they make it to that one. But for tonight, my partner, Michael Harvey, I'm Will Crawford. Thanks for tuning in to us. Thanks for People's Savings Bank, the people you know and trust, and Mark Arnold Farmers Insurance for sponsoring us. For my partner, once again, Michael Harvey, I'm Will Crawford. We'll see you next time. Final score.